Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to the first gameplay video in my new Stargrave solo campaign. It's called Ashes of Galatar. It is a 20 chapter, 20 scenario story that is meant to be played solo. In the last video, I made my crew, so if you haven't watched that, you could go back and watch it. I've got my 10 crew members right here. Now, let me read you the setup for Stargrave Ashes of Galatar. It says, Galatar Prime was left to rot after the last war, its surface cratered and its skies thick with static storms. But now a signal pulses from the orbital wreckage of Relay Station K01. It's old, pre-war, possibly colonial era, but it is active and it's aimed planetward. It's unlikely that you and your crew are the only ones who picked up the signal. If there's anything valuable left in that husk of a station, it won't stay unclaimed for long. This is Station K01. Let me tell you the setup. So this is a small station that there's an airlock here where my crew can leave and enter through this 8x4 space. Over there, a pirate crew consisting of troopers and a shock trooper are also entering. Now, let me flip this around here. Over here, they got to the station first. 3 troopers, 1, 2, 3, are hiding behind these 3 terminals. Now, the objective for this story, there are 6 terminals in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the red ones. On top of each is a small cube that I've placed. That represents a data cube that I can get out of this terminal if I spend a full turn in base contact. That means no movement, no action, nothing. Once you become in base contact, you have to spend a whole turn and you can obtain the cube. The objective for this mission is to get at least 4 cubes and then get out. If you want to try for all 6, go for it. But if you can get 4, it will have a positive impact on scenario 2. If you get 2 or 3 cubes, it will have another impact on scenario 2. And if you only get 1 or 0 cubes, it's not looking good for you for scenario 2. There's going to be a negative aspect. So, try to get as many of the cubes as you can. Now, I have captain and my first mate are surrounded on left and right by 4 recruits, 2 per captain, or 2 for the captain, 2 for the first mate. The recruits have a single hand weapon. It requires a 10-inch range. Target has to be within 10 inches. On the back line back here, I have a burner, a pathfinder, a grenadier, and a sentry. These are my specialist soldiers. Now, what I'm going to do is I've already placed the miniatures where they're going to start. A couple more business items. I'm going to track the turn here. It's turn number 1. At the end of turn 2, and at the end of every even turn from that point forward, the pirates are going to call in reinforcements from their ship. So a new pirate trooper will arrive in the air dock at the end of turn 2, end of turn 4, and so on. At the end of turn 5, there is a trimmer, a gravity trimmer, that shakes the station. Any terminal that has a cube still left inside, you roll a d20, and on a 1 to 5, that terminal will be destroyed, and that cube is unrecoverable. Now, when you recover a cube, you will also roll a d20. On a 10 or higher, that cube is a special obsidian cube. It's a more valuable cube. You can sell it outright for some credit, or you can keep it and hold on to it, because sometimes in future episodes, these cubes can have some positive effects. It's up to you. The credit or possibility for a later use. And so that is it. It's my turn. Now remember, in a solitary game, it goes captain phase, first mate phase, then enemy phase, and then soldier phase. So on my first turn, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I want to stay in cover. This game, I play Stargrave a little bit different than I do Frostgrave, because the ranged weapons, pretty much every miniature on the table has a ranged weapon of some sort. So Cover is going to be my friend. So what I'm going to do is my captain is going to group activate with these two recruits. We're going to go left. My first mate is going to go right. So the captain, knowing I want to stay in cover, I'm going to order my crew to try to get over behind this one. So these two can move 6, and they can double move for half that 3. So they can move a total of 9. So she can move 3, 6, 9. I'm going to put her, so we'll go 3, oops, and then 3, and then 3 more would put her well behind this, so cover. Captain is going to move next. He can move 3, or he'll move 6, and then he's going to move 3 here. And then last, this guy can move 6, which puts it right there, and then 3 puts him here. And that is the end of my captain phase. The first mate is going to do the exact same thing. Now this one is way too far. Yeah, I can't get to this one, but I could get to the center one. But I'm saving the center one for my soldiers, for the specialists in the back. The reason, my thinking is kind of like chess. My most powerful soldiers, I kind of want them in the middle because it gives them left side attacks and right side attacks. If they go right or left, they're really limiting themselves to just one type of attack. So I'm going to save them for this. We're going to get these guys moving. This one right here can move 9, which will get him all the way over here. Now, most of the long-range weapons have a range of 24. This is 36 from front to side, from this edge to this edge. So I think he's going to be okay. I'm going to move my first mate here. This guy is going to move 3 and then 6 here. But again, I'm hopeful that I've got the range figured out. He moved once, so I'm going to cast I'm going to try to use one of my powers. He has one called Coordinated Fire. If I can roll a 14, which is probably pretty hard, Coordinated Fire will give one of my guys +1 shoot. And I think I want to do that. Coordinated Fire +1 shoot. The activation is a 14. Let's give it a shot. 14, I rolled an 8, so it fails. And there is no strain, so I take no damage. Some of my powers have strain, which is whether you cast it, when you cast it successfully, it can do a point of damage or 2 points of damage. So that is the end of my first mate. So now we go over to the enemy side. Now the enemies know I'm here, and they're going to try to stay in cover as well. First up is going to be this guy. I'm going to roll a die. He can go left or he can go right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled a 3, so he's going to go this way. He can move 6 inches. So I am going to... Did I leave my measuring tape over there? What did I do with it? It's under here? There it is. He can move 6, and that would get him to here. But 3 more, he'd be out in the open. He's no dummy. He's not moving out into the open. And now let's go left to right. This one right here can move 5 plus 2.5, half the movement, which is 7.5. So 2 out, and then 5. Yes, this one can go all the way up to here in cover. Let's do this one. This one can move 2.5 to right there, and then 5 would put it right there. And that is got plenty of cover from the left and the right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him out here. And this one right here can move a full 7.5, which will put him right at the edge here. And then we got these 3. So this one can move 5 and then 2.5, which would put him behind here. He'll move into cover. This one right here is going to do the exact same thing I did and move all the way to the back here, 7.5. can't make that range. Even though I can maybe see them, I can't. I'm too far away. And this one right here is going to move up into cover and stay put right there until their next turn. Everybody has moved. All right, I'm going to flip it around, and my specialist soldiers are now going to take their turn. Let's see. Now, since it takes both actions being in contact, nobody's going to be able to get this cube on this turn. I'm going to send my Grenadier, which is the silver robot. He can move 5 inches, and that will put him double moved. It puts him right here, and he is done. So on the next turn, he'll spend hopefully his whole action to get this cube. I'm going to get the burner going, who also moves 5 and 2.5, 7.5. That would leave the burner in the open, so I'm going to move my burner here in cover, and that's done. My Pathfinder, who has got my best move, he can move 7. So 7 and 3 is 10.5. 10.5 would get him all the way over to here, but that's too much in the open. So I'm going to move him behind. I'm going to move him next to my first mate, and that leaves Big Blue here. Big Blue is my sentry. He's sort of an all-round, he's good at shooting, good at fighting, slow movement, but high health. He can move 5, 2.5 is 7. I want to keep him in the middle too. I'm gonna move him up into cover here. And that is it. Soldier phase is done. All right, now we go to turn number 2. And it is the captain phase. Captain's over here. Now is this one within 3 inches? It should be. It is. She's still within 3, so I can group activate her. I want her to go to this terminal. So if she goes out 2, she can go 5. She runs around and she takes cover behind here. I want this guy, who I call Han, he can go 5, 6, and then he can go 3. So he's running up here. He's not quite there yet, but he will be behind this for cover. And then my captain will move up to here, and he will try a power on Han. I'm going to cast... Most of the ones my captain has are self-only, meaning he can only cast them on herself. So he can't do target lock, can't do camo. He can't do any of... So, I might as well cast camouflage. Camouflage, I need to roll a 10. Now, it does have a strain of 2. So I'm going to take 2 points of damage. But camouflage means I can't be hit. It says, no figure, no enemy can draw a line of sight to me if it is more than 12 inches away. I also get +2 fight when rolling against shooting attacks, so even if someone gets within range, I get +2 to my fight. But I need to roll a 10 or higher, and I rolled a 4, so I failed it. And there's no penalty for, if you don't cast it, you don't take the strain. So my captain is done. So he moved up, and he is done. First mate. These guys are definitely out of range. They are more than 3, so they cannot group activate with him. But the robot can. The robot is my Pathfinder. He can move 7 and then 3.5 for a total of 10. But let's get I'm going to back my first mate up just a bit so he can move and then go up here. My first mate is going to cast Coordinated Fire on the robot, which will give him +1 shoot. But I need to roll a 14 or higher, and I rolled a 13. I will sacrifice a point of health to bump that up. So I am down to 14 health. 14. And then because Coordinated Fire has no strain, so I do cast it, and so blue gets +4 shoot now. That was awesome. Okay. Now blue will go. And by the way, I get a successful power success. I track I track the power successes down here. You can get a maximum of 10, and you get XP for that. So be sure to track those. Now, blue needs to move all the way. He can move 10.5. So if he moves 3 to here, he would get 7.5, which would almost get him there. So let's do that. We'll go ahead and move him out 3, and then 7.5. Oh, it almost does. It almost gets him there. Excuse me. And he is done. I'll spin him to face me. There's a little trick I learned from a friend of mine named Rob. Turn the minis towards you after they've activated to indicate that they are done, so you can remember who's moved. Okay, that is it for the first mate. So we come over here to the bad guys. All right. We'll go ahead and move the most powerful, who's my shock trooper, or is the shock trooper. He's not mine. He can move 6.5 is 3, 9. He can get all the way up here. Pow, he is in cover. Now we'll go left to right. This one right here. This one right here will step out. And she's still in cover, but she can see. Oh, you know what? She's a recruit. So oh no, she's a trooper. With a 24 is the range, and she is definitely within range. She can see him. He's half cover, so he's going to get +2. To her shoot is +2. And blue, big blue, is +3 fight. So I'll be rolling green for the enemy and blue for me. I'm +3 versus her +2 shoot. She rolled a 2 and I rolled a 3, but it doesn't matter. The shot goes wild and nothing happens. All right. The good news is she is exposed now. Let's come back here. This one can move 5 inches, which will put him right here. And another 2.5 keeps him in cover. He'll move over here. This one can go left or right. Let's roll for it. 1, 2, 3 will always be to the left. 4, 5, 6 to the right. I rolled a 5, so this one can move 5, and 2.5 will get him into cover. He slams up against this exhaust, and he is in cover. She can move 5 plus 2.5 is 7.5. That is not going to get. That's going to put her in the open. So she probably would follow him. She'll go 2 to the side, 5.5 up, and put her right there, and she's in cover. This one back here, 5 and 2.5 brings him around. She can't see anything. And then last is this one. He will step around 1 inch. He can't see anything, so he'll move 4 more. And he'll stop there because he's in cover. But if he moves any more, he wouldn't be. Now, he's not aware of this one down here or her. So he will stop and stay in cover. Done, 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 done. And that is it for the enemy phase. My turn. This is everybody who hasn't moved so far, which is basically all the soldiers. Now, the cap got them all, so they're good. This one, these two, and these two. All right, so we'll go from the left to the right. These guys have already activated. So Burner will move. He doesn't want to move up into here because he's in the open. He can move 5 plus 2 is 7.5. That it gets him to here. Close enough. Not quite in cover, but that's okay. Not worried about it. He's done. I'll spin him to here. That leaves these two. All right. Big Blue will shoot first. He is Big Blue is +2 shoot versus +2 fight. I'm blue. I rolled a 5 to her 5. I miss. Big Blue will run here into cover. Stay in cover. My silver robot will spend both actions to take this cube. So I now have a cube. I need to roll on a 10 or higher. It's a special cube. I rolled a 10. So I'm going to substitute it for a red cube, and I now have one of those black obsidian cubes, data cubes, which has some value. So he is done. I'll spin him. That leaves these two. The robot can go... Well, no, hold on. The robot went this turn. Never mind. The robot activated with the first mate. All right, so that leaves these two. This one can move 7.5, or 9, actually. This one will move all the way up behind here. And this one can also move 9, which will get him up here. Again, positioning, cover, trying to stay in cover. All right, that is it for the soldier phase. It is now the end of turn 2, which means a new trooper will appear right here in the middle, and it will move on the enemy phase. All right, so we're back to captain phase. The captain is within 3 inches of you. Yes. He orders Han up. Han will move 3. He spots him. He will shoot. Han is +2, and he is +2. I rolled a 12 to his 19. I miss. So he moved and he shot, and unfortunately, he is now out in the open where he can hit. Oh, and by the way, they're definitely within 10 inches of each other. Sorry. All right, that was not good. I'm probably going to lose Han. She is going to... I was supposed to spin all my guys around so I know who hasn't moved. Let's spin them all around. Okay. And then this one. All right. She will move up against this. And that's all she wasn't in base contact. So she will move into contact, and on her next turn, she will get this cube. My burner. The burner, if I can get... I can do this. I would get lined up. The burner will move 5. I can see him. There is a template in the back of the book for the flamethrower, and I guarantee you that he's within the arc of that. So the flamethrower is an interesting weapon. Let me get to it. So when making a shooting attack with a flamethrower, instead of checking for range, simply take the flamethrower template from the back, place it anywhere adjacent, and then make a separate shooting attack against any figure in that range. So he is +2 to shoot, and he is +2 to fight. So it's an even fight. Let's see what happens. I rolled a 14 to his 19. He dodges the flame, and he is done. Why did I move him? It was soldier phase. I don't know what I'm thinking. This was captain's phase. On soldier phase, he'll have been done, but the problem is he will at least get a shot off first, which is fine. I'll have to remember that. All right, sorry. She moved, and she is now facing back. Captain. Captain will move up and around, and he will get in base contact as well. So they're both in base contact with this one. And that is it. Captain phase is over. First mate. First mate can move 6 + 3 is 9. First mate could get almost into cover. Not quite. But he could go this way. Yeah. So 6 inches would put him back here. I want to keep him visible. He could move up to the center, couldn't he? Yes, he can. He can get all the way up here. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, because he just came from there. He knows there's somebody over here. I am going to move back. I'm going to move over an inch, and I'm going to cast Coordinated Fire on my Pathfinder again. Now, he can go up to +5. You can use Coordinated Fire to take someone up to +5, and that's the maximum. So he's currently at +4, so if I do it, I can... Yeah, it may not take a figure above +5. Oh, no, it says a figure may only benefit from 1 Coordinated Fire at a time. Never mind. I tell you what I'll do. I'll cast it on Big... No, Big Blue has it. that's Big Blue. The blue robot has +4. So silver does not. Let's cast it on silver. I need a 14. I rolled a 3, so I failed. Ugh. All right. This guy can activate. I will. He can move 7. No. Big Blue can move 5 and 7.5. He can't really do much. Let's gotta keep moving. 7.5 would be right here. I think that's okay. Because I can't see her with this in the way. By the way, this is turn 3. And that is it for the first mate phase. So let's spin this around and look at what we got. All right, first guy right here, he can move 6 + 3 is 9. He could get all the way up here. Yes, he could. He'll move over 2, 7, and it puts him firmly behind this one in cover. This one no longer sees, so she will go 5, 2.5, and doesn't see. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. She can kind of see him, but she wouldn't see him until she actually gets there, so she will stay put. That worked out for me. Maybe. This one right here will shift around. 3, 4.5. We'll put him right. Well, not quite, but he would be able to get up to about here. Not a problem. She can go left or right. Which is it? 6. She will go this way, so she's going to take position here. She's going to tell him to get across. 7.5. We'll put him right here. This one right here will move all the way up to here, and that's as far as they'll go. And then this one right here, 7.5, gets him to right there, in cover. All right, that is the enemy phase. Oh, nope, got one. This one has a +2 shoot versus my +2 fight. I rolled a 13 to his 2, so he misses. And now it is my soldier phase. On my soldier phase, this one moved over and fired and missed. So my misfortune. The good news is, no, during the captain phase, he moved over, shot and missed. So he's already fired and he's fired. The captain can't see him. The captain, he can maybe see his pistol, but he doesn't know he's there. So he won't get to go. She can take this cube. Is it a special cube on a 10 or higher? It's an 18, another one. Yes. All right. And then lastly, this one right here can move. That is my silver robot. That is my grenadier. He can move 5. Oh, you know what? He steps out. He can see her. He can see her through there. I'm going to have to stop here. I keep these videos at 30 minutes or less, and we are out of time. So in the next episode, I will be back, and I will pick up with this soldier, and we'll move to the right for soldier phase. If you would like to see more of these videos, this first episode will be available for free, but from episode 2 on is for members only. It's really easy to become a member. Just click the join button near the subscribe button on my channel. It's 99 cents a month, $1 a month, and you get access to all of my members only videos. Not just the Stargrave, but all the games I play. And that's all I'm going to say on it. It's low pressure, but it does help me continue to make more videos like this one. All right, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. I'll be back in a week with the next episode, or the next part of this scenario. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.